Despite the propaganda of the end times, don't forget that Vlad is like a horrible creature. Like, he's a monster.
I'll save you from the magma fishes.
Would I like Vlad to come back in AOS? No, I think Vlad's done. I think Vlad has played his role and he can happily retire. Unless they brought back Isabella. I would like to see Isabella come back, because the way they played her out in the end times, I think her coming back would be really tragic and would make for a good story. In which case, sure, you could bring Vlad at some point back as part of her storyline. Oh my god, this dude is so annoying!
How many times?
There we are. Onward.
Yeah, well, yeah, Vlad turning Conrad into a vampire was probably not one of his better moves. I mean, it wasn't a bad move from a tactical standpoint, but the reason Vlad turned him was not really great. Like, Vlad literally met Conrad and was like, wow, this dude's, like, absolutely insane. And Vlad legit thought it would be funny to see what would happen if he turned Conrad into a vampire. Now, Conrad was, like, the definition of loyalty, which is good, but he was definitely way up the deep end.
Hermes.
Hey, looking like you're getting some good use out of that fancy plume of yours. Keep going like that. Maybe someday you'll be half as quick as me.
Ooh.
That's the stuff.
Yo! Nice! 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 Oh, nice, 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 nice. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Thank goodness. Probably a good thing I really like watching, or I like using the Lambent Plume, because I think we've already had, we already had all the conversations with him. Oh, that's awesome.
I have to say, the barge of death is never late.
Let's boogie. I love when I get hit by stupid shit. That just makes my day.
Forward, noble cousin. I shall be keen to see you circumvent the perils that the fates arranged for you this time.
You don't see the Strigoi destroying the universe? I mean, the Strigoi can't really do anything because everybody hates them. And the instant anybody knows where they are, they try to kill them. Nobody likes them.
The heat of your surroundings must be difficult to bear, my little sprout. It's fortunate I've just the thing for that.
Oh, Manfred's not that bad. He just gets a bad rap because of what happened in the end times. Before the end times, though, Manfred was like a super bitchin' character. You like them? Well, that's great, but you also don't exist in the actual universe. Really? You like them? Honestly, considering your hobbies, your career, I always figured you for like I figured you would have been like more of a Lamian fan. I'm glad you like this Strigoi. That's cool.
You want to die again?
The Strigoi need more advance. They're my favorite. Well, no, the Necrocs are my favorite bloodline. The Strigois are a close second. Good grief, this room is taking like 1,000 years.
You had it coming.
Gift!
I salute you, Lord Hermes, with this rarest of delicacies. Pretty rare here, anyway. You never show it, but I can only imagine how hard you must be working to back me up. Cheers, mate.
You know, the last time anybody offered me ambrosia from the underworld was never before now. That's quite a gesture on your part. You could have just as well taken my services for granted, and I'd not have minded in the least. But thank you, cuz.
Nice. One more.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Ooh, yes. Yes. Absolute yes. 100% yes. Wow, we got... Wow, this is a really good run. I kind of wish I was doing a higher heat, because this is, like, absolutely incredible, the stuff we're getting. Yeah, now it's a cast build. It is. Out of nowhere, to be honest. Yeah.
I'll pay for that.
Last Stand would be good if I was missing a Death Defiance. I'll take Red Bearing.
Boosted a boon. If only you knew just how I feel, Ernie.
It does make me kind of sad that the Hydra doesn't talk. Like, I understand why, but it would be kind of interesting to hear what it has to say about things. I mean, it'd probably just be kind of angry all the time, but, you know, I'd listen. Oh, great. All three of them are that variant. My favorite. Oh, God. Having my crystals come back is so nice.
Not now.
Ares, perish all of you.
Infinite blade rifts!
That's all the heads. Should fetch me something good back home.
Don't understand the furry things. The people who wish they were animals. I would say that's the most common. That's a fair interpretation of the community. It depends. The furry community is like the word furry. Kind of honestly, as far as the community goes, it's really complicated. Like, there's a lot of different sub communities within that community. Yeah, usually they don't want to be full-on animals. They tend to be people who really enjoy anthropomorphic animals. Like, they like the idea of humans having fur, or like cat ears, or a tail, or something. You know, it's like, talking about furries is kind of like talking about anime fans. There's a lot of different kinds of anime. There's a lot of different styles. There's a lot of different, like, genres. There's a lot of different types. It's the exact same thing when it comes to furries, to be honest. They get a lot of flack because of the more, how do I say this politely? They get a lot of flack from the hornier sides of their community which is unfortunate. I don't think that's a fair way to judge them, to be honest. Most of the community I don't think are like absolute degenerates. They just, you know, they just have their thing. And they get a lot of crap from people on the internet for like no reason other than like, oh, it's weird. Like an animal spirit thing? No, it's not quite. I don't think it's usually that spiritual. They tend to mean it quite literally. Like they you know, there are people that like are either maybe because of dysmorphia or just because they think it looks really cool or whatever. You know, these are individuals who just tend to be really not impressed / interested / attracted to humans, just pure human features. Yeah, well, yeah, it is massively a kink, but like I don't think most of the community is truly degenerate. Like, you know, like if you look on the internet, whenever you see people talking about furries, usually they'll reference like the worst parts of the community, like the, you know, like, and they'll tell them to like kill themselves or whatever, and it's like, you know, fuck those people. I don't really give a shit what you're into as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're not like brazenly out there, like in the middle of just the like a totally normal area, like doing really inappropriate stuff, you know, where someone who doesn't want to be involved in it has to deal with it, then whatever. I don't give a shit. Am I excited for the new DLC? Does a bear shit in the woods? Yes, I'm extremely excited for the new DLC. I feel like dude, it's been so long since we've been able to really enjoy Warhammer stuff. Like, there's a lot of fun stuff to do and all that stuff, but everything's gotten really stale, at least for me personally. And I'm ready to spice it up. Especially because I kind of feel like they goofed with this DLC in that they talked about it way too early. Which I think is a lot of the thing about it. Like, they talked about this DLC, like, what, 2 months ago? Like, back in August, I think? They should not have done that. I think bringing up this DLC in August was a mistake. Because I think it, like, everyone was like, oh, it's coming, it's coming, and then, like, you know, we heard nothing for months. You know, almost a quarter of a year. I don't think that was a good play on their end, to be honest. Damn, this is not what I wanted.
Modified.
Part of the issue with the furry community is because of how divorced from reality it is. It allows for far more extreme kinks and fetishes, so people that are into X-kinks also tend to be into the furry thing because it's the best thing to support X-kink. I don't see how that's a problem. Or an issue, rather. Like, if somebody has, like, a wildly unrealistic kink, like tentacles, whatever. Who fucking cares? I don't care. Like even if they're into something that's like really weird, like Vor or like some of like the weirder ones, as long as you're not hurting anybody, and as long as you're not hurting anybody, and as long as you're not like actively trying to force like people who are just minding their own business to see or consume it, I don't care.
Not yet.
Pedophilia? Well, yeah, that's definitely pedophiles. Pedophiles are a complicated issue. I feel like they're everywhere though, especially like in modern like internet stuff. It is a rough time out there. What are groomers? Groomers are people who, like, meet young people, and they are, like, super duper nice to them, or develop a relationship with them, in order to like win them over or create like feelings of normality and gratification, and basically kind of like lure them into a relationship that's not, it's not healthy, because it's not like emotionally balanced, and it's usually between like an adult figure and a figure that is not an adult. Like cult, yeah, it's kind of like culty. That being said, though, I don't think it's fair to put that on the furry community. A lot of the furry community, like, just because I've met a lot of furries, I know a lot of furries, and like, to be frank, I think it's gonna be something that's probably gonna become more popular with time, not less popular with time.
In the name of Hades.
You know, obviously, hopefully, they're doing everything and anything they can to make that not a part of their community. But, the thing is, like, from my point of view, the thing is that because people treat furries like degenerates, or, like, treat them really shitty and tell them to kill themselves and all that stuff, it forces them into this really ugly part of the internet where, they end up having those people hiding within them. Just like, I'll tell you one thing, the LGBT community has a huge issue with pedophiles trying to form themselves within that community, because for a lot of places, LGBTQ is like, it's, they're outcasts. So they have issues with other forms of outcasts, like people who are pedophiles, trying to slip in there and being like, hey, we're on the same team. Hey, like, you know, society doesn't accept either of us. Like, we're friends. And it's the exact same thing. Just dumb shit. Like, that's why I always get irritated whenever people try to ostracize someone who's not doing anything to hurt others. You should not ostracize people that are, like, well-behaved. Or, like, minding their own business. Because when you ostracize someone, you force them into places,
You've come this far,
you know, where they're gonna form friendships with other communities that are not good.
Let's get things started then.
Race you, Thad.
Get your own kills.
Yeah, man, pedophilia is a super complicated thing. Like, I almost feel, well, no, I do. I feel bad for a lot of the, like, as long as they don't act on it, if anything, I just pity them. Like, how horrible must it be to just be like minding your own damn business and just trying to live life, and you end up having like this really weird, not okay attraction to something that you know you should not be attracted to. Like, it's just not cool. You know, I would never say his name out of respect for his privacy, but
delicious.
There's a guy I was a really good friend with growing up, who was my age, same age as me, and I remember he was one of those people that, like, growing up, he like started to have a really unhealthy, because of, like, you know, not understanding himself very well and having a lot of personal issues. He started to develop like a really unhealthy attraction towards younger things, and was like on 4chan a lot, which 4chan really, especially back in like the early 2000s, 4chan was like really bad for that kind of stuff. Like, that was back when 4chan was like one of the scariest places on the internet to go, because it was just degenerate city. Not that it's a lot better now, but it's better than it was. And but he, like, acknowledged it, knew that it was bad, and I was like, dude, you gotta get help. Like, you can't have this. Like, this cannot be a part of your life. And, like, he was able, like, and, like, you know, he was able to get into counseling and get taken care of. But, like, for a lot of people, they just think that's not an option. Or they like, hide from it, or...
Oh, really? That's the way it's going to be?
You know, they just don't get it dealt with, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because they don't get treatment, it, like, builds up and ends up causing them to act on it. Or if maybe they always would have acted on it and it's inevitable. But, like, we don't have any research on them because, like, you know, a lot of people look at that issue and they're like, oh no, there's nothing to talk about. Like, just kill them all, kill them all. And it's like, dude, that's not a productive way to handle that. like we need to help these people so that they can, you know, lead a normal life. Figure out a way to make it so that they don't act on that type of impulse. I don't know why I'm getting really real right now, but I don't know. That always drives me crazy. Because I know some people that just, yeah, I know people that, like, I've seen and met people who are like, the instant they hear someone even has that, like, condition, they're like, oh, kill him. And it's like, dude, like, no, you can't just pull the trigger the instant you hear about it. Like, that's not going to solve anything. All you're going to do is, like, what, banish them to the outset of society so that they just build up and they do everything in secret. And if they do something, like, they're gonna do it instead of getting help. And then, you know, and if they do something and they get caught, like, maybe they're gonna hurt the kid to try and, it drives me crazy. Like, people just, they get so caught up in their emotions, they don't think 3 steps ahead.
I will admit mistakes were made back there, so
Just hurts my heart.
you just don't make them again next time, all right?
Like, I just don't want kids to get hurt. That is, I think for me, that is like the ultimate thing, is I don't want kids to get hurt. And at the end of the day, the best way to guarantee that is to, like, study those people and figure out a way to help them never make the mistake or the horror of crossing over that line. And for a lot of people, they can't even get help, because the instant someone finds out, they're just, like, forever ostracized and banished, and, you know, we don't actually do anything. And a lot of them, like, even if they do something horrible, a lot of them, like, don't even go to jail or anything. Like, the system doesn't work. You know?
Achilles
It's just a
tells me
mess.
that you're
Total
here to
mess.
stay. At least for now, stranger. A welcome bit of news. Assuming, of course, that it's for the best for you.
I think so, sir. I'll still be passing through and visiting the surface every opportunity I get. But it seems my place really is here. Besides, it means getting to see you every now and then like this.
I don't know, but I'm also, like, I know a lot of Americans don't agree with me, but I am very anti-revenge. I think revenge instead of justice is a horrible policy that doesn't get us
sounds
anywhere.
Agreeable to me. Then, you take care. Help yourself.
Take care then.
Oh, Sorrow, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? If I could get her cast, holy crap. I feel like I could be doing like a Heat, oh my gosh, look at all these nerds. I could be doing a Heat 32 run, and if I had both the Artemis Legendary and the Hermes Legendary and the duo for them, like, it'd be easy. It'd be easy. Bring it on, you little bastards. I love when they just run into you and you just hold up your shield and they bounce off. Well, honestly, I think Ares Legendary would probably be better than Artemis's Legendary, because then I would get bonus damage on all my, I get bonus damage on all my riffs. Because it makes them hit like twice as often. Anyway, we should probably talk about happier stuff. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off on such a tangent. Dude, nice, Kool-Aid. That's something to be proud of. That's probably the next big thing for me. The bow is my least favorite weapon. I think I'm also on that team.
I've come to offer my support.
Ooh, brilliant riposte.
Here's the fee.
Do I like rainbows? Yeah, they're alright. I'm always pleased to see one.
A challenger. You challenge us to battle, Hellspawn. Then Asterius and I accept.
I will say, dog, I think it's totally fair to make fun of DiCaprio, only for the fact that he always breaks up with girls when they hit, like, the same age. Like, it's definitely a thing with him. Not that I care, because they're adults, but it's definitely a thing with that dude.
Now it is abundantly apparent that you are beneath me, fiend. Ares! How typical, Lord Ares.
Did he say how typical or how terrible? I mean, either of those works, to be honest.
I'm out.
Thank you, my fellow shades. Hold you, unwelcome pustules. I shall run you through. That was my friend. You and me now.
Ow! Okay, my blade rips are not fast enough to take advantage of that. I have to wait till he stops.
Again. What is the
There we go.
matter, fiend? Is your weak sense of resolve already shaken?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
My
And now.
not now. Lord Dionysus,
And you're dead.
you.
What a loudmouth.
Oh, yeah, dude. Johnny Depp's getting screwed.
Thank you for your support, my shade.
Poor bastard.
Don't tend to the Sata problem for a change.
What do you mean for a change? I do it every time I get to the end of this.
I'm almost to the top. Yes.
Dude, man, I really hope we get Ariel tomorrow. I want Ariel, well, today, actually. I want Ariel so bad. Hey, the Temple of Styx is complete. We just gotta enter Erebus 18 more times. I think it's time to step up the run. I think we're gonna try a 32 run. Wonder what weapon I should use. Maybe Excalibur?
Where to?
I don't know, Excalibur's pretty slow. Gotrek and Felix, are we allowed to talk about them in AOS? Yeah, dude. Dude, I love AOS. Like, I'm a big AOS fan. I will say the first edition of it sucked, but nowadays it's great. Felix when? Dude, I don't know. Hopefully, I'd love to see Felix come back. I don't know what they would do with Gotrek's new companion, Maladreth, whatever her name is. Cause she's an alright character, but she's definitely not Felix. Malineth, that's what it is. I would love to see Felix come back, though. That would be so cathartic. Yeah, well, the Stormcast is Jourdain. I like Jourdain.